Welcome to Designing Spaces, Kid Spaces, the show that's all about you and your space, your home and surroundings, and how they relate to your kids. I'm Debbie Marie.
And I'm David Jones. Now today we visit the Junior Achievement World Huizenga Center at Broward College. Now this is a mini cosmos of the real world where children are actually exposed to the skills needed to create a successful community and career.
Today we'll show you a tour of the facility we took not long ago. Then we'll see a new addition to Junior Achievement of South Florida. It's called the Spirit of Freedom, and it's nothing short of awesome. So stick around and see it all right here on Designing Spaces Special Edition Kid Spaces.
Now, not too long ago, Debbie and I had the opportunity to tour the Junior Achievement World Huizenga Center at Broward College, and we met with Melissa Aiello to see how Junior Achievement promotes financial literacy for kids.
Junior Achievement is a national organization with more than 100 areas operating across the United States. Their goal is to empower young people to own their economic success. Junior Achievement impacts 4 million U.S. students and more than 173,000 classrooms.
And it is very cool. You've got to see this place. Take a look. Kid Space is welcoming Melissa Aiello to the show. She's president of Junior Achievement of South Florida. Welcome.
Thanks so much. Glad to be here.
So let's start off with, what is Junior Achievement?
Well, Junior Achievement's a nonprofit, and just like all nonprofits, we have a mission. And ours is economic education, financial literacy. We teach kids about the world of business.
Melissa Aiello in about 2001. She was explaining to me her vision of a JA world. I immediately sensed her vision and said, I want to help you make this happen.
Barbara Gordon is one of the designers on board who also assisted with the design of the Spirit of Freedom Room.
We started with some original kind of concepting of what it was going to be like, the moldings and so on and so forth. The architect then did take these ideas and drew up the original processes and the original kind of millwork detail package that we were trying to create here, which was to kind of recreate what the feeling might be if you went into the White House. And hopefully the children, when they come through, will get a sense of that awe and the real privilege it is to be an American and have those rights that our ancestors have given to us.
The unveiling of the plaques took place at a special cocktail reception and dinner at the Junior Achievement location in South Florida.
Tonight we are celebrating the dedication of the original replicas of the U.S. Constitution and Bill of Rights being installed here at JA. It's a program that was started by Ronald Reagan and Warren Burger back in 1986 for the bicentennial of the U.S. Constitution. And it was something that they felt very strongly should be achieved during the bicentennial. It wasn't, unfortunately.
The objective that Ronald Reagan had was that he would like to see the plaques in as many schools in the country and public places as possible, primarily as a reminder to the children of the United States as to where the basis of their freedoms come from, what it is that establishes our ability and our rights to have religious freedom and to have political freedom and financial literacy, which is what we teach here at Junior Achievement.
Getting these replica plaques put into public view was no easy task. It's something that's been going on for more than 2 decades. Larry Krieger has been working on this project since 1989.
When September 11th came around, we decided that our foundation would go forward. We finally achieved that opportunity. We purchased the replicas, the rights to replicate them, and put them into our foundation, our 501c3 foundation, and made this a national program. I believe very strongly that by placing these plaques into schools across America, in fact every school across America, it's going to personalize how the kids feel when they get to that point that they're studying about the Constitution and Bill of Rights. You know, I encouraged them. They said, should we put plexiglass over top of the plaques to protect them? I said, no. Let the kids come up and touch them and feel them and know these are the original replicas. The original replicas means that an artist was allowed to go into the vaults in Washington, D.C. and using an old Oriental technique, he lifted the writing and the parchment onto a negative so it can be reproduced. That's what these are. There's nothing more important today than to let American youth begin to understand the importance of the Constitution and Bill of Rights that protects our freedoms, and their children and grandchildren's freedoms.
Being a bit of a patriot and person that's concerned about the fact that not all of our schools are teaching much about our history and the foundation of our country, I got real excited about it. And our foundation committed to underwrite the acquisition of the plaques. And as I began to think about where would be a good place to put them, where can a lot of children in Broward County get to see them? And I know that putting them in a school is a great thing, but if you don't put them in a lot of schools, then only the kids in that one school are going to get to see them. Well, Junior Achievement, we get about 50,000 children a year coming through this facility. And so what we did is we engaged an architect who donated his time and an interior designer who donated her time, and we came up with a vision as to what the facility should look like that would house them. And we created a gallery, and that'll be unveiled tonight. So that's the reason we're here tonight. We're here to unveil the gallery and the plaques so that our community can really understand and see what the Constitution's about and bring these children here to get more and more indoctrinated with what the foundation of our country is.
Bree Saldine wrote an award-winning essay that she was invited to read at the unveiling.
I have won the Constitution essay on how we use the Constitution in our everyday lives. In the beginning, I kind of talk about how other people are persecuted for their faith in other countries and how I have such a freedom to be able to go to my church and not have to worry about being persecuted, and how our Constitution protects us from those persecutions.
To the Spirit of Freedom Gallery for the unveiling of our U.S. Constitution and Bill of Rights. I'm ecstatic about how it turned out. I mean, you could not have hoped for anything better. We were very fortunate because we had so much donated. So many people donated time and products and materials, but it's a gem, and it does look like Washington. It looks like one of the finest galleries or museums that you could possibly go in, and that's the right venue to display these plaques in. That's the stature of these plaques.
The JA runs upwards of 50,000 kids through here a year. What I hope is that it will also encourage them to go back to their schools, to their parents and parents' employers and whatnot, and have them create a fundraising opportunity for their school to have a set of plaques placed in their school. So it would be a wonderful opportunity, I think, for all communities to get involved in this.
We really believe that we'll be able to expose kids to the basis of their freedoms, which they don't always understand. And those documents, although they learn about them in the classroom, we believe in experiential learning where you're learning, but when you see them and you understand them a little bit better, it stays with you. This will be museum-like exhibit that will not only stay, but we see it as a stopping place for people to come and to view these documents and really appreciate their beauty.
That was so nice. It really looked like everyone had a great time working on this project.
And big thanks to Junior Achievement for allowing Designing Spaces to be part of the Spirit of Freedom.
Okay, but for now, we're out of time.
We are, but thanks for joining us here on Designing Spaces. I'm David Jones, and we'll see you next time.
Absolutely. I'm Debbie Marie. Bye for now.
You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces.